Y'all, it feels like a hard job being a friend of Spice. It really, really does. Like, I mean, you know, I love Spice. First of all, let me just say that. I love Spice for this show. I think that Spice has provided some very central storytelling and story plot points, especially in this season, right? However, comma, I also feel like she's difficult to be friends with. She is the type of friend that I don't want to have at this age. And I hate to say it. I love her music though. Okay. I love her look, I love her style too, you know. And I love her as a personality on the show. But I also feel like she's one of those types of people that it's just too much work to try to figure out her moods, you know, what her friendship expectations are, when she's cool with somebody, when she's not cool with somebody. And I, as an adult, just do not have time to be trying to figure out the whims and the whimsies of what Spice is feeling now, then, or whenever. Okay. Especially if I spent my hard-earned coin to come down and visit you down to the Dominican to spend time with you while you was in the hospital bed. No, ma'am, you will not speak to me in the way that you did to both Mita and to Carly. Okay. I do not care. Here's the thing. You have known who Carly Red was since the show's inception. I'm sure you saw the show beforehand. And I'm sure that you've seen Carly in a plethora of situations to know exactly what you were dealing with. Yet you still chose to be friends with her. So now, all of a sudden, everybody's moving funny, according to Spice in the Spice world. And also included in that Spice world is RASHEEDA. Now, I'm going to say this, and I know you guys may disagree with me on this. However, comma, while I am enjoying Love and Hip Hop Atlanta much more than I am the Real Housewives of Atlanta, after watching Rashida and how she looks in her confessionals and how she delivers in her confessionals, Rashida would make for an excellent new Atlanta. Not gonna lie, in terms of Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's got the jobs. She can deliver in a confessional. And with the way they have styled these new confessionals, I feel like it's very housewives-esque. Okay. With them sitting down, with them off center just a wee bit. You know what I'm saying? To give you more of a glimpse at the back at the background. It's just the whole vibe is different. And the way I mean, it's just her sitting there. I saw her on Housewives. However, comma, I'm glad she's here. But in last night's episode, she's definitely in the Spice World camp, okay, along with a couple of others. Because it's honestly, I feel like it's Spice's world, and unless you are riding with her on whatever wave she's on today, then I mean you in the Spice world. But if you ain't on that wave at the precise right time, when that wave go up or when that wave go down, baby, you tossed off the boat. Okay, you're not on Spice World no more. You are on Mars. Okay, and that is where Carly and Mita are both residing right now. Now, this particular episode right here, I'm gonna give it a 9. I did feel like it was maybe a little bit disjointed for me in some instances, but overall, I liked it. I like that we went from Atlanta to Austin. Like, this show doesn't just keep us in Atlanta because these are artists and we're following the artist journey. Actually, F that. I'm giving this a 9.5 because I like that. I like that we got to see Erica Banks going from Atlanta and performing at South by Southwest in Austin. And we get to see Amy perform. We got to see Scrappy perform. We got to see Chaos perform. We're actually seeing people do the things, okay? There is some love and mess going on, but there's also some music happening. As I stated last week, there are things to do on this show, and people are doing the things, right? So we start this episode off, and I'm gonna hit the highlights, right? Because and I didn't even honestly, this I wanted to enjoy this season, but I also wanted to review it. So I did not take any notes. So we going off the dome, baby, off the dome for the important things, right? Rasheeda going to visit Karlie, okay? And MEDA is over there, right? Now, I'm not sure when MEDA and Karlie became good friends. Maybe they bonded while Spice was in the hospital and they had to both be there for Spice and they just got closer. But for whatever reason, Spice is looking at them funny right now, especially MEDA, because she's gotten cool with Karlie, who has committed the egregious crime of moving into the same neighborhood across the street from Spice. Now, when Rasheeda goes over there to really find out the tea about this situation, you know, Karlie is trying to, I got the receipts, I got the receipts, I got the receipts, I got the receipts, I got the receipts. I mean, she get the crying and all, I mean, looked like she about to cry and everything like that, talking about calling the realtor to prove that she had gotten a plot of land down the block. But and Rasheeda's like, girl, if you had got the plot of land down the street down there, why ain't your house down there? Apparently, Karlie was given $100,000 to move into this house. Now, let me tell you something. I'm signing up with a brokerage, I would say next week. So I will be able to handle your real estate needs. Okay. So I'm still not understanding this transaction though, Karlie. It sounds to me like you probably just shouldn't have moved in that neighborhood with Spice. She don't want you around her. She don't want you coming around there asking for no sugar, no spice, no everything nice. She don't want you and your daughter, who she claimed to love so much, she don't want y'all nowhere near her. So girl, if you ain't see a lot of furniture, so if you can get your money, if you can go on and do and get something else, go and get something else. Actually, no, stay in that house. Stay in that house where you if you want to. Okay, Spice does not have ownership of the neighborhood. She is not the HOA owner. Okay, Spice is a homeowner in the neighborhood. If Karlie Redd, you want to live in that house, girl, live in that house and ignore the girl. Ignore her. Okay, you and your daughter should ignore her because ain't no way I'm gonna have, especially if I understand that Spice loves, you know, Karlie's daughter like an auntie, but ain't no way you gonna disrespect my mother and think that we gonna be cool. Ain't no way. Period. So you don't get to see me neither until you rectify that situation with my mama. If you talking to my mama like that and making my mama cry on national television, I don't want to see you neither. And here's the thing about it, but I got to get on Karlie Redd too. Karlie Redd has on this show presented herself oftentimes as the butt of the joke. Whether she meant to do it or whether it was a subconscious thing, it is something that she did. And when you do that, you have got to recognize that at a certain point in time, if you treat yourself as the joke, everybody else is going to treat you as the joke. Period. Period. That's just the way that it's going to be. And now that would explain to me also why when you are having this gender reveal party for your daughter, the girls are all laughing at you while you crying. They're not taking you seriously because in the past you have presented yourself as a joke and not a serious player on this platform. Now, granted, you might have laughed your way to the bank, but you didn't laugh your way into getting the respect of these girls because Bambi and Sierra, who are a part of the Spice world, are laughing at you while you crying at your daughter's gender reveal. Now, for whatever reason, I feel like they may be taking it as a joke because they know that you might be putting on for the cameras. But bottom line is, I feel like I'm on the side of Rennie Rucci on this one. If y'all gonna come to this lady's daughter's gender reveal, don't be laughing at her for being emotional. Stay your butts at home. Sierra, you got enough problems to deal with. Okay, you need to be finishing up, packing up that household. Okay, before that man come back around there, so you ain't got to argue with him no more while you hiding your marriage. And I like Sierra. I like all. There's not anybody on this cast really that I don't really like. There's people I don't respect. I don't really respect Safari like that. Scrappy moving, I don't like the way he moving. But by and large, I'm entertained by, I'm even entertained by Safari, but I don't really like how he do the women's. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we'll get to him when we get there. Because we still on Karlie and Spice and Nita right now. So the gender reveal is for Karlie Redd's daughter, right? And I'm gonna get to the other players later. But you know, when Spice arrives, you know, Rasheeda takes it upon herself to let Mita know that she and Spice need to have a conversation, a Ponderosa. So the three of them goes off into the corner, right? Spice get to yelling at Mita and Mita don't know what's up, like, cause Spice ain't answering the phone for her. If I'm Mita, if I submitted a song for you for the Grammys, got your butt to the Grammy, because I mean, I don't know if she would have been there otherwise. Maybe she would have been. I don't know. I like Spice. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying here, right? But I don't like this behavior. I don't like this friendship behavior. Because it's real young-minded to me. Spice expects Mita to know that Mita has a problem with Karlie. So because Mita doesn't know that Spice has a problem with Karlie, Mita has apparently gone to a party with Spice while Spice was home in the States recovering. But Mita and Karlie were the ones who was down to the Dominican when you was on a hospital bed. Is Mita and Karlie not supposed to be able to have their own lives when you get back here? While you over there pop locking and dropping it in the dance rehearsals, this woman has bought a ticket to go down and support you in the Caymans and everything. And you going off on her because she's cool with Karlie, who you haven't even expressed that you have a problem with, because you ain't talking to her, because you mad at her because you didn't see her on social media hanging out with Karlie. So basically, Spice is sitting at home marinating on the things that, if you gotta, and she may have some legitimate reasons for being mad at Karlie, but my thing is, you know who Karlie is. You've been knowing. So the person you should be mad at is yourself, okay? Because if you don't really feel like Karlie is trustworthy, or if you feel like she's been doing you wrong, that's one thing. Address that with her, right? Which she did. However, then if you expect from Mita to follow suit, then you need to have a direct conversation with Mita and let her know, listen, Mita, I introduced you and Karlie. I understand that. And I know that you both were there for me, and you probably bonded while you guys were, worried, sick about me, and, trying to just do the things and coordinate, which I appreciate. However, I'm not really effing with Karlie right now because she's doing some other things that I don't really understand. So if you're going to hang out with her, I can't mess with you right now. Now, I don't like that level of thinking because I feel like it's real young-minded. I do. I got friends who are friends with people that I don't ever want to be around. But I don't stop my friends from being around those people. Just don't invite me when those other people are around. And we can be cool. Because I don't like those people, I don't wish them any ill, but I just don't want to be around that energy. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like that's how grown folks move. And Spice is moving in a way like you can't control who Mita is friends with. That don't make no sense, especially if you expecting her to read your mind and you ain't told her. Because I didn't get the sense that she has expressed that, because Mita kept asking, well, I didn't even know you guys had an issue because you ain't been talking to me either. So Spice been sitting at home, marinating, percolating, okay, on this anger. Got this anger bubbling up in it. It's just bubbling, 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 but 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 bump. I mean, it's been bubbling in the butt. So she been sitting at home collecting the bubbles. Ain't told Mita because she ain't talking to Mita because she mad because she done seen Mita and Karlie hanging out. Now she mad at Mita and she yelling at Mita. All up in this Karlie's baby girl gender reveal party. Meanwhile, Karlie's daughter ain't got there yet, right? And Karlie's sitting over in the corner just crying her eyes out and things like that. Now, I don't know why she crying, but the way I do feel about it is, I feel like, Karlie, if you was going to bring all your drama to my daughter's baby gender reveal party, then you could have left your butt at home, especially if you don't like me. Because if you don't F with me, why are you effing with my daughter? I mean, but if you, here's the thing. If you expect MEDA not to be effing with me, if that's your code, then your code should also be, well, I ain't messing with Karlie, so I ain't messing with her daughter. No. Wouldn't you expect Karlie's daughter not to be messing with you? If you have the expectation that MEDA's not going to mess with Karlie? Make that make sense for me, y'all. Because that math ain't mathing, Spice. It ain't mathing. And Sierra and Bambi over there cackling at Karlie, it's just like, y'all could have stayed at home too. I mean, truth be told. This is a happy occasion. If you're not going to even try to understand what Karlie's going through or be there for her, like in some way, shape, or form, or at least mitigate the situation so that everybody can get on the same page and like try to bring these two people back together, I mean, just leave. 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 You know, clearly y'all like Karlie enough to show love to her and her daughter, which it's a girl. Okay? It's going to be a girl. They all have a nice moment at the, you know, when the gender is finally revealed. So that was nice. Now down into the Austin, you know, we do see, I'm excited because I think Erica Banks is a good addition to this show. She gives good confessional energy. I like it. I feel like while I don't know her well, I do know her well enough to know that she belongs. I mean, that she's in the hip hop community. We see her working. We've seen her working throughout her introduction, at least online. And I'm still jamming to Bust It, Bust It. That's the only song I know by her, but that's all I need. Okay. Besides, and when she is not given dangerously close to her eyelids baby hair, then I feel like she looks great. In that confessional, ain't a baby hair in sight. And I'm like, girl, that's your look right there. Meanwhile, so she is sitting, she talking to Amy. Well, basically, Amy nervous about her show. We get to see all of them perform. Afterwards, Erica Banks, Erica Mena, and Chaotic get together. They let Erica Mena know, and Erica Mena is close to Bambi. They let her know that Mama D told Amy Luciani, who told Erica Banks, that Scrappy might have gotten Diamond Dale pregnant. None of this has been confirmed, by the way, by Scrappy nor Diamond Dale. Diamond Dale for me is Diamond, but y'all know I like to say Diamond Dale for the new people, because evidently it's going to be somebody new that see it, and they're going to be like, what's Diamond Dale? So Diamond Dale is how I say Diamond. Okay, just introducing you to the lingo. Welcome. So anyway, Erica's like, no, you won't. No, you won't. Not, you won't do this to the Bam. She's a good woman, Savannah. That's a good woman, Savannah. That's a good woman. Anyway, so she's like, I need to confront Scrappy. So after his show, she goes and she's like, the way she confronts him is weird. Like, we don't get down to the nitty gritty. What she should have done, what she should have said, hey, Scrap, listen, I know you and Bambi are going through it right now, but I just heard a really disturbing rumor. And I would like for you to confirm it before I have to go and tell Bambi, because I love both of y'all. You know, the rumor is Mama D said that that Diamond Dale is expecting your baby. Is this true? But she doesn't take that route. She really goes into the Bambi is a good woman. She's such a good woman. She's such a good. And so this puts Scrappy on the defensive. Okay. And it's like, you got to approach the situation a little differently, Erica, because I'm like, it lacks sensitivity. You know what I'm saying? The man just got off stage. For people who don't understand performers and creatives, the time where you don't want to approach somebody with something crazy is right before the performance and right after. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that. Right before, because your mind is focused on the performance, and I just need to be in the zone, right? That's how I used to feel when I used to DJ. Right afterwards, I'm on the high because I just did it, and I don't need don't nobody don't nobody bring me no bad news. Okay. Um, give me a couple of hours to a day. All right. So for her to approach him in that way, I just felt like, girl, you ain't had no couth with how you did it. And then you ain't really I mean, the way you presented the alleged pregnancy, the man was just already on edge. I felt like, and it just didn't end well. And she's crying in the streets, he's going off. It's just weird. Um, the other thing that happened in this episode was that Sierra, listen, I love you, girl. I love you and all the money monster things you do and your salon suites and things and how you hustle. I do. I admire that. But girl, the way you make decisions in relationships, they're questionable to me. Because you say you married this man because he was there for you in the way that your family and your sisters was not. Girl, we are adults. And at times, maybe this is because I'm an introvert. And so I could be like a solitary individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really need a lot of people around me all the time. Like, I could operate and move for hours and hours on end by myself, right? So it's weird for me when people are like, "Oh, well, you wasn't there for me. So I needed him to be there. He was there for me in the way that y'all weren't." And then because that's kind of like manipulative to your family to a certain degree, even though we saw them fall out. But girl, like, you got friends. I see them. You in the Spice World. So she reveals to her mama and her best friend knew, because they packing up the house, and her mama's like, she's like, "Mama, we married." Mama's like, "Oh Lord, take me now." And so ultimately, as we knew he would, she's trying to move out in secret. Got the whole moving crew over there. He shows up. Of course he does. Of course he does. Of course he does. Why would he not? And he's like, "No, wait a minute now. Hold on. What's going on here?" We learned that according to him, she been cheating with some rapper or something like that. Rapper, a ball player, a baller, shot callers. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and the pockets full grown. And all you fellas, leave your girl with her friends. Okay. Because it's 11:30 and this thing is about to get jumping. And they go off on each other about who cheated and what, and who cheated first, and who cheated second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth. And I'm just like, girl, go and leave the house. I hope your name ain't on it, because apparently the mortgage or the lease or however it is, whatever it is $10,000 per month. What are y'all staying in? Okay. What castle are y'all living in? That's what I want to know. Because what I see, it didn't look that big. But again, that could just be what I saw on the film. Now, anyway, that's my review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I think this was episode 4. I'm calling it Spice World, because if you ain't in Spice's world, baby, you are in a world of hurt. With that being said, I will catch you all in the next video.